Hello, Assalamualaikum and good morning. Okay, so for today we are going to continue with our PdPR session for English Year 3. Okay, so we are in Unit 6, Food, please. Now for Activity 1, okay, let us learn first. So today we are going to learn about there's and there are. Okay, so what are they? First, okay, we need to know about countable and uncountable first. Okay, so for countable, okay, there are things that we can count. Okay, that is countable. For example, you have tomatoes, you can count tomatoes. Eggs, you can count eggs. Okay, for uncountable, there are things that we can't count. Okay, can't count or cannot count. Okay, so for things that we cannot count, okay, we say them as uncountable. For example, you have sugar, salt. Okay, you cannot count them, so they are uncountable. Okay, now we use that with things that we can't count. Okay, so to use that, okay, we use it with things that we cannot count. Okay, what are the examples? There's some sugar. Okay, so you cannot count sugar, so you use there's. Next, there's some chocolate. Okay, you cannot count chocolate, so you use there's. Okay, another example, there's some water, there's some salt. Okay, so these are things that you cannot count, so you use there's. Okay, next. We use there are with things that we can count. Okay, so just now things that we cannot count. Now we use there are with things that we can count. Okay, so examples. There are some tomatoes. Okay, you can count tomatoes, so you use there are. There are some onions. There are some apples. Okay, so tomatoes, onions, and apples you can count, so you use there are. Okay, now let us look at examples of sentences. Okay, so this is number one. There's some milk in the fridge. Okay, there's some milk in the fridge. Okay, so milk you cannot count, then you use there's. Okay, next, example number two. There's some chocolate in the cupboard. Okay, so you cannot count chocolate, then you use there's. Number three, there's some sugar in the cupboard. Okay, so you cannot count sugar, then you use there's. Okay. Number four, there are some carrots on the table. Okay, so you can count carrots here. Okay, so you use there are. Okay, next, there are some tomatoes on the table. Okay, so you can count tomatoes, then you use there are. Okay, the last one is there are some eggs in the fridge. Okay, so you have eggs, you can count the eggs, and then you use there are. Now for activity 2, let's write. So just now you have learned about how to use there is and there are. So let us write, do the exercise. Okay, this is in your module, page 2. So what you need to do is look at the ingredients in the picture. Okay, so you have the picture here. Here you have the ingredients at 3 different places. Okay, write sentences by using there's and there are. Okay, so you use does and there are to write the sentences. We look at the examples. Okay, there's some milk in the fridge. Okay, so you write these sentences to tell the location of the ingredients. Okay, there's some milk in the fridge. So the milk is in the fridge. So you use there's some milk since you cannot count milk. Next, there are some carrots on the table. Okay, so you have carrots, okay, here on the table. So you can count carrots. So you use there are some carrots. Okay, another example. There are some eggs in the fridge. Okay, so in the fridge, here you see the eggs. So they are in the fridge. Okay, since you can count eggs, you use there are. There are some eggs in the fridge. Okay, another example. There's some chocolate in the cupboard. Okay, so you search for the chocolate. Okay, here. Okay, so it is in the cupboard. Okay, so chocolate you cannot count. You use there's. There's some chocolate in the cupboard. Okay, so that is how you do the exercise. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you can do well for the activity and good luck.